Hey guys, it's Bree. So today's video is going to be on my experience with taking this Shatavari supplement that I've mentioned in a couple of my other videos, one pretty recently, and I've had a lot of requests for me to do an update on it and to do my actual review and video on it, talking to you about my kind of like experience with taking it, has it worked for me, yada yada. So I thought I'd get around to doing it today. So I've been taking Holistic Shatavari by the brand Puka. This is a very reputable brand, and they also get all their supplements from organic sources, or I think at least the majority of their supplements do come from there. And I've had great success with this particular brand, so I can only speak for this one brand that I've tried of Shatavari. However, there are lots of other companies that produce them, and this is kind of expensive. It's about, I found it on Amazon, this particular bottle, which is 30 capsules for £11.99, but I did manage to scroll down and find one for 60 capsules for £6.99. However, I haven't tried that brand, so I can't talk about it. And I'm sorry if you can hear the plane in the background. I had to open my window because I was dying from heat in here. So I believe this particular brand has their Puka supplement, Shatavari, in a gelatin capsule, so not suitable for vegetarians or vegans. However, there are some brands out there that do them in vegetable capsules for vegetarians and vegans. Just have a scroll around if you want to look for that, and also if you want to try a cheaper brand. But like I said, I can only tell you whether or not this brand works. So this is what the little pill looks like. It smells disgusting and it tastes horrible, but I've discovered it's not a very difficult, hang on, I'm not sure you can see it. You can kind of get an idea of how big that is, right? It's kind of an easy taste to get rid of though, because I've discovered that if I put some water in my mouth, put one pill in and hold my nose and swallow it, and then like take a bite of whatever I'm eating, I'd have it with my dinner. Take a bite of whatever I'm eating, chew it, swallow it, then the taste is completely gone. It's not difficult to get rid of it, and I haven't actually tasted it since the first time I took it and discovered it tasted vile. So I'll just read you the little blurb that it has on the side of the bottle telling you exactly what Shatavari is supposed to do. So this is what it says. Holistic Shatavari is a concentration of the finest parts of whole Shatavari root gathered from fertile organic soils. Expertly created to help maintain feminine rhythm, this broad-spectrum formula contains the highest organic-grade sustainably cultivated herbs, carefully selected to bring you the full potential of nature's goodness. So basically what that's saying is it's supposed to balance out your hormones and bring you into feminine rhythm. In other words, regulate your periods. So I started taking this not to actually regulate my periods, but to see if it would make my periods less painful. My mum went to our local health food shop, and this is what they suggested when she told them I had painful periods, and I was trying to take a natural supplement for them. And I started taking it. And when I started taking it around the same time, I don't know if it was because I was taking this particular supplement or whether I just wanted to see in general what my periods are doing, I started taking ovulation tests again, just the really cheap ones you can get from like Boots or from Amazon. Actually, it's probably the best place. You can order these tiny little strips that do the job. And the first thing I noticed when I started taking this, back in June I think it was, I think I've had 4 months with it now, 3 or 4 months. The first thing I noticed was that I ovulated on the 14th day of my cycle, which isn't unusual because my cycle is regular. I can have a 28 to 32 day cycle, but it does come every month. But it depends completely when I get my period on when I ovulate. So I know if I ovulate on the 14th day of my cycle that I'm going to get my period, well, on the 29th day of my cycle, because that will mean I've had a 28-day cycle, if that makes sense. The first day you get your period is cycle day 1. So if you have 28 days of your period, and then on the 29th day, sorry, 28 days of your cycle, and then on the 29th day you'll get your period, that will become day 1, so therefore you've had a 28-day cycle. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So basically, I had a 28-day cycle that month like I expected, and then the next month I thought, oh, that's interesting, I'll try it again. However, in July, I went away to Rhodes, I think in Greece, and I completely forgot to take this with me. So I had 4 days where I didn't take it, and they just happened to be right in my fertile window when I was expecting to ovulate. So I didn't take the Shatavari for any of the days leading up to my ovulation, so I have no idea when I ovulated then, but I do know that I got my period on the 31st day of my cycle, which meant I had a 30-day cycle that month as opposed to the 28-day one I had before. So then in August, I decided, well, I'll be really good. I'll take it every day and I'll see. And again, positive ovulation test on the 14th day of my cycle. Got my period. I had a 28-day cycle because I got my period on the 29th day. So here I was having regular cycles, and I thought, well, I'll wait 1 more month to try it out. And this month I forgot one pill about 2 days before I was due to ovulate, and I did still ovulate on the 14th day of my cycle, but as I said in my period vlog, it was right in the evening. So I did get my period a bit later. I had a 29-day cycle this month, However, it was by like 2 hours. I got it at 2 a.m. on the 30th day of my cycle, so that would mean I had a 29-day cycle. But really and truly, it was a 28-day cycle. If I'd taken that pill, I am sure I would have ovulated much earlier on in the day on the 40th day of my cycle, and would therefore have got my period a bit earlier. So this particular supplement has actually done what it says it will do on the tin, which is regulate your cycle, feminine rhythm, all that kind of stuff. But it didn't do what I wanted it to do, which was get rid of my period pain, which I still have. And for that reason, I probably will stop taking this, because having a regular cycle is not like a big thing for me, because it is regular anyway. It's a little kind of off whether it's going to be between 28 and 32 days in my cycle, but come on, like 4 days, I can deal with that. It'll come at some point in those 4 days. There's another aeroplane coming. However, the big deal for me with this particular supplement was that I actually responded to it, which is kind of insane to me, because I've had, I think I added them all up the other day, 18 different things that I've tried to regulate my periods over the years that I've been like trying to get rid of period pain, which is I think 2 years. Anything robotic, I'm an necklace, trying essential oils, chiropractors, acupuncturists, acupressure. God, I went through the whole list the other day, castor oil packs, interutero massages. I've even had reflexology. Like, I've done pretty much everything you can think of. I've taken so many other supplements. This is the first thing I've had any sort of response to, and I mean any sort of response. Before, I've had literally nothing. I've avoided gluten and dairy as well. It's something else I've done. Didn't make any difference. So I was really impressed when I took this, and I did get like a 28-day cycle, and when it kept on happening when I remembered to take the pills, that was pretty impressive to me. And I only took 1 a day because my cycles are kind of regular anyway, but you can actually take up to 2 capsules per day with water or aloe vera juice. They also say aloe vera juice is actually quite good to take anyway. I'd recommend it, especially if you have like digestive issues. But I wanted to do this video because any of you out there who are maybe coming off the pill and you're trying to conceive and your cycles are a bit like this, or you haven't started your period, or any of you who have endometriosis and PCOS. Now, I haven't got any of those things that I'm aware of, at least, and it was pretty easy for me to regulate my cycle, so I don't know how your body would respond to taking the supplement if you had one of those conditions, like endometriosis or PCOS or fibroids or whatever it is. Especially if you're coming off the pill, you've probably got more chance of getting some luck with it if you haven't got a condition, because when you come off the pill, your hormones are a bit unused to being controlling themselves, so to speak. They've been at weird levels for a while, so this should just balance them out, especially if you're having particularly weird cycles. They're really irregular. I definitely would recommend you try the supplement, because trust me, if it works on my body, that is saying something. Really and truly, it is saying something, because my body does not like responding to anything, even typical drugs actually. Just doesn't respond to antibiotics or anything. It's definitely something I'd recommend, especially if you're trying to get pregnant and you're struggling to conceive, or if you're struggling to tell when you're ovulating or something like that. It's something you could try taking, because I believe it's actually safe to take while you're pregnant too, although it will obviously say seek professional advice during pregnancy. I swear every single thing says that. But it's just a supplement that's got no like extra added drugs into it. It's not like taking a drug from your doctor. It is just that, a food supplement from a natural root plant. So just kind of ask your doctor if it's okay to be taking it if you are trying to get pregnant. But I would definitely recommend you take it if you're trying to regulate your cycle, and if you're trying, as I said before, to conceive, because it should regulate when you ovulate. And that's a pretty crucial thing for people who are trying to conceive, because when you ovulate is when you're fertile, and that's when you're most likely to get pregnant. So overall, would I recommend taking Shatavari? Absolutely. For those of you who have irregular cycles and you want to regulate it, or if you are trying to conceive, coming off the pill, anything like that, basically, if you want to regulate your cycle, as I said before, this is something I definitely recommend you try if you want to do a more natural method, because obviously it's all very well going on the pill if you have irregular periods, but if you come off of it and you're trying to get pregnant, kind of the two don't go together. This is something I definitely recommend you try. Like I said, it is kind of expensive, this brand, but I really do recommend it because it's organic and it has worked for me, and I can't like obviously talk for other brands because I haven't tried them, but the Shatavari itself definitely helped. I'm not sure I'm going to continue taking it just because I don't really need to regulate my cycles that much, and also, as I said before, I only took 1 because my cycles weren't irregular. If you have very irregular cycles, probably want to take 2 a day. But yeah, I was more after curing my period pain, and as I said before, it's kind of expensive. When I move out, I might not want to keep it up. But yeah, it was very exciting to actually respond to something. So it's given me confidence that I can find another supplement that will help my periods. This month I tried evening primrose oil, which didn't work, but I'm going to continue trying. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe. I hope this video was helpful to you. Don't forget I sell cloth pads and menstrual cups on my website down below, and I will see you later. Bye.